Hey, I'm Justin Landis, and welcome to the Landis Look, where we take an inside look at the world of real estate through the eyes of some people who have been doing real estate a long time. You got me again here this week, and what we're going to talk about today is, are there houses that sell that are not on Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com or Trulia or the other search sites that you see? The answer to that question is yes. First of all, if you're watching this and you saw this headline and the reason you're thinking, hey, I'd like to find a house that's not online is because you're potentially buying your first house. We've got something special just for you coming up next week. It's a First Time Homebuyer Panel at Total Wine off of 75 and Akers Mill, and we'll have a link to that in the description of this video. So sign up, come out for free. We'll answer this question in much more detail, as well as all your other questions. And secondly, we've got another link in there, which I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. If you want to find houses that are off market, that you can sign up for a program we have that does exactly that. So back to the question, are there houses that are for sale that aren't on Zillow and Trulia and Redfin and all those sites? Last year in Atlanta, roughly 90% of houses that sold were listed. So the by far majority of houses that sell are actually listed. And all of those websites that I mentioned, and basically every other one you look at, pull from the same database. There's an MLS, multiple listing service in Atlanta, that the realtors upload their listings to, and then they syndicate to all these sites. So you typically see almost the exact same thing on all the sites that you're looking at. And so if you're figuring out, hey, where's the best place to search? Those places are all syndicating from the MLS. The MLS is actually the best place because it updates in real time, and there's a little bit of delay in all those other sites. But that's not really what we're talking about today. Do we help people buy houses off market? The answer to that is yes. Any of you all who have worked with us, you've probably had this discussion with us, and for a lot of you, we've been able to bring you properties that either aren't on the market yet or aren't on the market at all. And there's such a demand for this that we created a program to do that. And we call it the JLG Classifieds. First one of those is we do targeted direct mail. You might think that direct mail is dead, direct mail is old school, but think about this. If you were potentially going to move this year and you got a letter in the mail that said, hey, there's a family or there's someone who's looking in your neighborhood, they'd love to buy a property, it could be super easy for you to sell it. You don't have to go through tons of showings. Wouldn't you reply to that and at least be curious and check it out? Yeah, and most people do. And this is not a we buy ugly houses or we're going to buy your house for 50%. So people are curious about that, and those get great responses. So when people have our clients have a targeted search, we'll do targeted mailers for them. We also do targeted phone calls and emails to people who live in the neighborhood. It's one of the great things about, being around for a long time and having a big team is we know a ton of people. We do business relationally, and we have relationships with a lot of folks, and they can tip us off to people in the neighborhood who are considering selling. The third way is through relationships with real estate agents. So you just heard me say we love to do business relationally. Well, that includes having relationships with other professionals in the field. And we have great relationships with people that they'll let us know what they have coming up, and we can do that vice versa with them. Because if we can make it easy on a seller and easy on a buyer, and it's a true win-win, I mean, of course we want to do that. And that's another thing about being big and about doing it a long time. We have a lot of agents on the team, been around for a really long time. And so we just have a lot of reach with that. And there's a couple of private Facebook pages where the sole purpose is this, in addition to just the one-on-one relational piece of it. And then the third way that we do it is our in-personal relationships. I mean, a lot of folks that we meet with or that we know, they would sell their house if the right buyer came along with the right timing and the right price. And if this is you, if you're listening to this and you're like, I would sell my house at the right price, my own timing, not a lot of effort, no cost put into it, sign up on our link, send us a message, something, because we'd love to know that, because maybe we will have that perfect buyer for you. So we have a huge list of people that we've met with, that we know, that we've gone on appointments with, that's their situation. And if it really is a match, the buyer and the seller, it would be a great match. That's another way that we can do it. And so we've had really great success with this. All of this is proactive, right? I mean, just one other thing to say is this takes action. This is not sit back and refresh the screen to see what new listings come up. This takes activity. This takes cost. But we've had great results. And in just one number, I told you that, roughly 90% of the houses sold on the MLS last year. Our top buyer's agent, Grace, last year, she had roughly 25% of her clients bought houses that either they found about coming soon before they came to the market or were not on the market. She loves to do this because she knows how big a service it is for your client. It's also kind of fun. It's kind of fun to search out that house to find that diamond in the rough or needle in a haystack. There are houses that sell off market, but it does take action to do it. It takes effort. It takes knowing people. It takes knowing where to spend your time and money. And that's one of the things that we've done to put into our JLG Classified program. So if you have more specific questions about this, hey, is there a property off market in Grant Park or a condo in Midtown or in a great subdivision in Alpharetta, send us a message or sign up on the classified list. We're happy to look at your specific situation and see what we might have off market for you. And then a reminder for your first time home buyers out there, next Wednesday night at Total Wine, sign up. There is limited space. The last time we did this, it was full and sold out. And so make sure you RSVP for that. Wednesday night, get all your questions answered. And we're going to have Mark Daker, #1 lender in the entire state of Georgia there. We'll be able to answer all of your financial questions and all of your real estate questions around buying your first house. So thanks again for listening, y'all. We will see you next week.